Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome. And apologies for the delay in the commentary tonight. We've had a few technical difficulties. Technical difficulties in the stream tonight. My computer can't connect, so FX, bless his heart, was doing his absolute best to get this all up and running for me. But in the end, I've sat there. I've said to FX, do you know what? It's done. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it sorted. Let's just get running. Let's just go for it. So I hope that you can all hear me tonight. I am unfortunately on my own. There's nobody around. There's nobody here. There's nobody holding my hand and giving us a little kiss. But I see we do have people live on the YouTube channel. You are tuned in. This is race 5 of the Tier 2 GT4 ACC Competition League. For those of you who are new to the YouTube stream tonight, and those of you who are new to what we do, there's basically 3 tiers in this league. There's Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3. Because I heard that, you're right, you cannot get the commentators these days because Mr. Tiger is away at the moment and hopefully he'll be back very, very soon. I hope I'm coming through okay for you all as well. I hope you can hear me. So anyway, there's 3 tiers in these competition league at the moment. Tier 1 is the pretty mental fast nutters which go really quick, do the lap times, do the practice. We basically did hot stints, so you had to do a hot stint on a track and 5 consecutive laps in a row on your times. It then went into a big time board, and what RWB did is they put you into your representative group. So Tier 1, pro kind of tier, Tier 2, you know, the average pack, and Tier 3, well, I mean, Charger's in Tier 3, so do I need to say any more? Nah, not really. We will have a look at who we've got on track right now. We're just going to have a look. So just having a look right now, we're on board with Isaac, but we are going to go to the man, I believe, who is leading this league at the moment. And that is Mr. Smug himself. I've had a few good races with him in this league. If some of you have been watching the league, you'll know that I have been in it. Unfortunately, before we all start hearing this whole wankers cramp thing, unfortunately, my right wrist gave up in the last race. We were racing Kia Lamy, whatever the name it is. And my wrist just went 6-7 minutes to go before the race is finished. Last 3 or 4 laps, the wrist went. So I'm kind of giving it a little bit of a rest at the moment, and just seeing how it goes, seeing if it gets any better or if it gets any worse. But we're just going to bring up the league results so far as well. So bear with me. I'm not prepared for this at all. I thought I would be able to connect up to the director tonight and it worked perfectly, but it hasn't. So we'll just quickly have a look and bring up the results. And nice to see Charger in the chat, giving it all. Dale, nice to hear, and interesting to hear that Tier 1 is wet in quali. Yeah, I know. I knew the wrist jokes would come in when I started mentioning that. So we're just having a quick look. Have I got the race results here? Not yet. Bear with everybody. Let's just bring it up. Here we are. So yes, as I was saying, apologies for the delay with that. So as I was saying, right now we've got Rigel in first place. I don't know how Rigel got to Tier 1, but he is in first place. He's got 294 points and he's leading by dominating. He's 50 points plus ahead of Matthew Tarbuck, who's racing in the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. You've got RWB Audi, who's not been in his shed killing people recently, but he's actually been racing that Chevrolet Camaro GTR4 or GT4R, and he's got 240 points, so he'll be fighting for second and third place today. Darren Mulholland, 236 points in fourth. RWB Beer with that Ginetta G55 GT4. Now, he has been Is Beer on tonight? Let's see if we can find Beer. Here we are. He's actually in the pits at the moment, but let's just have a quick discussion about that Ginetta G55 GT4. Now, Beer has been one of the very few to take that car out, and I must admit, Beer is going absolutely nuts in it. He's doing such a great little display, and the car is so much better on brakes. It's so much better through into a corner. But it was really nice to speak to Beer the other day, and Beer was actually saying it's quick on the corners, it's quick on the brakes, but actually it's not quick coming out of it. And obviously, it does lose the front end speed as well. So it is interesting to see and hear the woes that Beer does have in that car and the advantages he has as well. We're just on board with Brandon Warren at the moment. Brandon Warren's putting in some pretty good laps at the moment. Not putting in a great lap time right now. He's actually 0.5 down from his personal best. But his personal best is a 1:55.191. However, that's not going to challenge Enzo Benvenuti, which is a 1:53.739, who's currently in the pits. But Enzo's absolutely flying today. That is a dominating lap time, especially as Mr. Smug's only able to put in a 1:54.663. Let's just go back on board with Mr. Smug right now, who's in that Porsche. And I kind of regret not taking that Porsche, but I went with the Mercedes myself. As I said, we're live on YouTube tonight, so I'll try and answer all your questions and well, be as live as I can. So we've got, it's quite interesting. Obviously, I was talking to you guys and girls about Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3. As you can see right now, Tier 2 has absolutely no rain whatsoever, but we're hearing that Tier 1 and Tier 3 is wet. It isn't rain. So that's interesting. Circuit in Barcelona, Catalonia is where they're racing tonight. Currently sunny on this Tier 2 server, 29 degrees, track temperature of 32 degrees, clear skies ahead. And we've got 3 minutes 42 seconds qualifying. So we actually just stay on board the rider at the moment, as he's on a fast lap at the moment, 0.5 up on his lap. I hope we don't give him commentator's curse and get him down on there. That would be awful, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Mike's starting to break up slightly. Apologies. I hope that gets better. But yeah, so we're just we're still following Rigel. He's now even faster on this lap. He's 0.7 up. If he can crack this section here, he'll be fine. He's 0.9 up. This could be a 1:53 we're going to see from Rigel. Let's just watch him go down the main start, finish straight. And that puts Mr. Smug 0.171 away from Enzo Benvenuti, which I have raced with and been teammates with. So he's just pulled over to the side and is going to get into the pits now. Let's just have a quick look down the order with 2 minutes 40 seconds to go and see who else is on some good lap times. We've got Mr. Greedy. He is currently on a good lap time. He's 0.6 up on this one. He's currently at 1:55.293. Let's just go through this lap and see what Greedy can do here. I like Greedy. He's a Twitch streamer. He loves doing this thing. So if you want to watch over to him as well, that'd be great. Again, as I said, I will try my best tonight to keep up with all of you and answer all your questions. Hello to the 10 people watching. Come on, let's have a party. Let's get it going. Come on. I'm tempted to get Coles in. Coles, do you want to do some commentary tonight? So 1.5 minutes to go. Greedy Me is currently sitting there. What is he doing right now? He's still up on this lap. He's got a hard braking left to take. I do like that bit of track, but he's at 1:54.942. So he did improve on his 1:55. Crippled Potato just fixing a toilet, about to enter a Tier 1 race with 0 practice or quali laps. crippled. Just do not hit anyone tonight. That's all I'm going to say, especially if it's wet. Because it's saying can do. I can't drag you down, Cos, I don't think. But yeah, if you can come in, mate. Hold on, let's see if I can drop you down. Yeah, I can drop you down. You're right, Cos. How you doing?
Oh, buddy.
How's it going, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, I need to watch the live stream because I'm getting delay here on my YouTube.
No, that's fine. That's fine, Cos. If you wanna wire into a live stream, we've only got 30 seconds left to go. Greedy means on a fast lap again. He's currently in 7th position, doing a 1:54.9.
Yeah, I'm on the live stream now.
Yeah, and let's just see Greedy past the start-finish line. This should be better, but will it be enough? Whoa! 3rd position for Greedy Me. That's a strong lap. I didn't expect that one. He's obviously been eating his Weetabix recently, Cos.
Yeah, he loves his racing, really.
He does, absolutely. And do you know what? It's interesting. I was just saying, obviously, Audi's fighting for 2nd and 3rd position. 15th at the moment. He's qualified, so he's not that competitive right now. So I wonder if he can do some kind of pit strategy to get himself up in the top 5 tonight. But at the moment, 15th, not looking too good.
He's been finishing well, though, Audi. He's been enjoying himself as well. I think it was 5th last week, wasn't he?
He was smashing it last week. Yeah, absolutely dominating. And he has been enjoying himself. I think that's been the beauty of these tier races, the fact that drivers are able to race against all their similar paced drivers, and even I've been having some great racing. And but look, it's 2-minute max wait time at the moment. The drivers will be getting a refreshment. I myself, Cos, I'm actually going to go get a beer very quickly. What are your predictions tonight, Cos? Because Enzo is the quickest, but Rigel looks very, very quick behind him. And Greedemy's popped in a cheeky little lap, but it's 0.7 down on the top 2. So predictions, Cos?
Well, it could get mixed up. Like the top 3 are looking good, but then you've got the likes of Pinners and Carlos Barros and Beer and Al Gartner and Audi. There's a lot of potential in there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think the key thing there is Beer needs to try and make sure he doesn't hit anybody going into a corner, and obviously Pinpoint needs to make sure he actually gets his strategy right, because that's the one thing that has killed Pinners on multiple occasions now, isn't it? It's just strategy has really given him a bit of a beating.
Yeah, he's been unlucky. He's a good racer, Pinners. He's really fast and competitive. He just makes mistakes occasionally, which puts him off.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, ladies and gents, I usually say ladies and gents, boys and girls, but Bill thinks it's creepy, so I'll leave the boys and girls thing out now. But ladies and gents, the drivers are currently lining up. As I said, there's 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go on that starting grid. Now, what you'll see is that the cars are slightly raised up. Now, that is because they still have an opportunity for the next 2 minutes. They can set their cars up, they can set their tyres up, they can set their pit stop strategies up. So imagine they've got all their pit crews around them, all on the surface, and imagine that they're just setting themselves up, getting ready, and finalising their tactics that will hopefully win them the race tonight. Cos, when you're sitting here waiting for 2 minutes, what's usually going through your head, or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to strategise how to talk. I'm not used to comms talking, and I've watched a lot of people doing it, and they're very professional, and they always find something to talk about, and I'm not very good at that, but I'll do my best.
You can clean this shithole of a commentary box, then, if you want. I mean, I don't mind you doing that, mate.
I've got the power washer with me.
So look, we'll go on to Enzo Benvenuti, because he is starting in that Chevrolet, I believe he's in. So he's starting with Rigel in 2nd. We've got Greedemy 3rd, Carlos Barros 4th, Pinpoint 5th, Isaacs in 6th, Thomas Wardman 7th, Mohamed Karolia in 8th, 83D Gunpowder in 9th, Alwyn 10th, Brandon Warren 11th, Beer 12th, but I can't see Beer staying in 12th. Tom Proctor 13th, Matt Tarbuck 14th, Al Gartner 15th, Audi 16th, Damien Wilkes 17th, Antonio Guarda in 18th, and Jonas Burgess in 19th. And we'll go over to the Helicam, because I don't care what you say, the Helicam is just such a beautiful camera, especially when you're about to sit put and watch this race. It's just I love it. I just wonder. I wonder if Mr. Smug will just keep himself calm, keep himself cool. You know, he's got a lot of fast drivers behind him. He's got. I'm imagining Greedamy will want to get that position, and so will Pinpoint. Pinpoint's going to go for it. Right. I think they're away. That was a late start from Enzo Benvenuti there. Obviously, this is just a warm-up lap. They've got a couple of corners to go. Right now, as they're doing this, I am pouring my beer into a can. But they're just going to be coming around that final corner right now. Rigel will be wanting to get the perfect start. Enzo will be wanting to get the perfect start. But those two drivers behind them have a little bit of a group up at the back behind them as well. A little bit of impatience, but we've got to remember it's a 1 hour and 15-minute race. So here we go. Get ready. And it looks like they're away. So that was a pretty decent start from all drivers. Massive grouping in the entire pack, actually. Enzo, Rigel, Gree, everyone. Gree's being challenged by cars both sides of him, but are they going to get through comfortably? That seems pretty good. Let's go over to a mid-pack. Let's check out RWB right now, the Ginetta. It all looks pretty comfortable. That's perfect racing right there, Cos. They got through absolutely lovely.
Very respectful racing there.
Absolutely, and we're just going back to Enzo Benvenuti right now. He got a great start, but I have no doubt that's the perfect start in Rigel, guys, as well, because Rigel got the clearance. He's now got Greedy behind him. He's gonna just sit there for a little bit, wait to strike, and if he can get that striking opportunity, he'll take it. But one thing I've learned about Rigel, one thing Rigel taught me, especially in this league, is to be patient, utilise your advantages, their disadvantages, and just take your time. And I think that's the biggest thing in this kind of sim racing now, isn't it? It's taking your time, waiting to strike, and waiting until the opportunity's there. Just go for it.
Yeah, consistency and just patience, yeah. And we don't call him Smug for no reason. He just sit there biding his time.
It's true, isn't it? I don't like him. Let's just go to the rear wing on board with Enzo Benvenuti, and he's looking pretty comfortable. That was a hell of a lap he did, Cos, but is that something which is achievable throughout the entire race? And Enzo's pace is pretty good, though, isn't it?
It depends, if I'd say it's more likely did his qualify on very low fuel, which is totally different to the race. I tend to do my qualifying with the fuel I'm racing with, so I get used to how the car feels.
Yeah, and just to make a quick observation. So that lap time that Greedy put out in the qualifying, that just shows how powerful Rigel and Enzo's laps were compared to Greedy, because already Greedy's he's disappearing, he's going, and actually it looks like he's got Thomas Walton on him. So can we just follow Greedy right now and go on to the outside camera? Hopefully, yeah, there we go. So we've got Greedy in front of his little group, Thomas Walton and Pinpoint as well, followed by Isaacs and Gunpowder. Now Gunpowder, I don't think Gunpowder started in 7th. I think he was 9th. So he's gone up to 7th place. So he had a great start by looks of things.
Yeah, and that's probably Greedy's probably suffering from having extra fuel in from the qualifying now. This is in a heavy car.
This is it, and this is the interesting thing, because some drivers will go for the heavier full fuel until the end, and then just smash and dash at the end. Other drivers will go smash and dash at the beginning, and other drivers will just do 50-50. I was doing 50-50, which seems like the most logical thing to do, but
Yeah, that's always my strategy, 50-50.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the big thing as well, and the most interesting thing in this entire series so far has been, do people change your tyres? Do they not change your tyres? And as you know, I I think you should change your tyres, but obviously, hey, if you can control the car and you can keep the pace good, then why not?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, that. Trying to go the whole race on one set of tyres is brave.
Yeah, very brave, very brave. Just saw Gunpowder drop back then. He was 7th position, but he's down into 8th now. Brandon Warren taking that 7th position from him in the BMW GT4 car. You've got Gunpowder in the nice striking blue livery there. Blue, yellow, and red by the looks of things. Car number 57, Porsche GT4, and that Porsche definitely seems to be the dominating car right now for any of the GT3 leagues in ACC. But I must just quickly say, Rigel, it looks like Enzo Benvenuti has just handed Rigel the place. I'm not too sure what happened or how it happened, but Enzo's 1.2 seconds down on the current lap. I mean, we can try and have a look at instant replay and see what happened. Let's just have a quick look and see if it works. So, look, it looks like it was, that's 30 seconds ago, so it looks like Rigel just snuck it on him. Maybe Enzo got a little bit too tasty into one of the on second or third corner in, so...
Yeah, I'd say it's more likely Enzo made a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, I mean, to Rigel, he must be quite giggly now because that's pretty much his race. He just needs to be calm and cool now and not mess up a pit stop or anything, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can just relax as if you can relax anymore. But...
So let's just have a quick look at what we've got going on in the midfield. So, one which I always enjoy watching, RWB Beer, and you know, Tom Proctor does not want to see that car behind him right now. It's one of the most terrifying things in the world, I think, that Ginetta.
Those 3 cars just entered the pits. What's going on there?
I think we're going for some smash and dashes, you know. I think
Yeah.
Started on low fuel and they're going in to put full fuel into the rest of the race and not changing their tyres. So look at that Ginetta, so much sharp on those corners. And is he going on the inside? No. Tom Fox has just said no. Beer, I like you, but I don't like you that much. And is he going to close the door on Beer? Because if he doesn't close the door, Beer might get it on the inside. Not this time, but you know what? I think it's coming.
Yeah, he's quick in that Ginetta.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go now. Look, he's going far to the right-hand side to get the lunge on him, but oh no, he didn't do it. He didn't do it either. He didn't do it. I mean, heads up to Beer for using that car because it's that and the Alpine were one of the 2 cars I didn't really fancy that much. And, he's just absolutely been stomping on it. So yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it's a popular car, so we used to race the hell out of it in Project Cars and other games. It was always, I never really liked it that much because of the loose back end, but it was a favourite back in the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and there you go. He's just made it work. Pinpoint got such a sharp turn. Just again brakes and sharpness of the turning and the agility of that Ginetta. That's left poor Mr. Tom Proctor on the back foot. And so there we go. Beer is now down to 9th position. The scoreboards haven't updated yet. Beer's in 9th position. Tom Proctor's in 10th. And Beer's now got Gunpowder to mow down. But let's just have a quick look, Cos, at the guys who pitted and find out what's going on there. So we're on board with Audi. He's obviously pitted with Damien Wilk and Matt Tarbuck. So yeah, I mean, they've got to be going for the rest of the race, really.
You'd think so, but I don't know. It's a weird strategy.
It is a weird strategy. It is a very interesting strategy, but it could be one which they've practiced, and it could be one which they've worked out. It looks like Damien Wilkes holding Audi up just a little bit there. Mr. Audi will probably looks like he may want to get past Damien in the next couple of laps, but yeah, I guess if it's going to work, it's going to work for these lads, especially as they, on doing their pit stops they've done now, and maybe in clean air, they'll want to get ahead of put the lap times in now and see how well they can do. But obviously, if this person in front of Audi is holding him back a little bit, Audi won't have the clear air and he won't be able to do the lap times he needs to do. So obviously, to make the pit stop work.
Have you got telemetry for the tyre information and stuff like that? It'd be interesting to know what tyres are on.
We don't, unfortunately. It'd be great if you did, though. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I presume they'd be on hards just to go the whole race.
Yeah. Just having a quick look at Antonio Guarda, which is now 11th position since the others pit stops. So, good on Antonio. He's got Carolia right behind him in Aaron, and currently fighting the Tom Proctor in front of him and Beer as well. So it's a nice little pack there, and it'll be a good for Guarda if he can stay in the back of Tom Proctor. Tom Proctor seems to be keeping steady and keeping behind Beer, but not too sure how long that'll last for. Beer's 4 seconds up the road from Gunpowder. And if we look at the timings as well, we've still got Rigel in first place, Benji Beauty in second, now 1.2 seconds away from Rigel. T. Wardman in third, Greedy in fourth. Greedy's dropped another place then, Thomas has got that, and Isaac's in fifth and Pinpoint. Our little Pinpoint is in sixth position at the moment. So obviously he was fifth, and looks like he's got Brandon Warren in that BMW hunting him down at the moment, and not too far behind him is also Gunpowder. So we'll follow on with these guys at the moment, and as I said before, so Pinpoint at the moment, I think it's probably down to a few mistakes. He's currently in 24th position in the league. So if he can finish in sixth tonight, that position will give him some real decent points. Especially against a noob like Debug, who can't race tonight and is in 20th, so he would surpass me tonight if he was able to finish in this position, which is good.
Yeah, I hope so. He needs a break, really, doesn't he? He's had a bad run of it.
Yeah, and it's if that's the thing with these league races, and for the ladies and gents who are watching tonight, if every Saturday, RWB does a serious league race, and it is true that if you don't bring your noggin to these races on a Saturday, you will be on the back burner. If you don't do a little bit of practice, even if it's an hour or 2 hours beforehand, working out what your strategy will be and making sure that strategy sticks, and making sure your car's ready for it, it can backfire massively in these races. So, yeah, it's once a week with these league races. We do other stuff in RWB as well. We've got Friday races, Wednesday races, Thursday races. We're a pretty active club if you're new to watching this and you're enjoying what you see. So, yeah. I should actually, log into Twitch as well and see if anyone's messaging on there.
Yeah.
Let's just get into Twitch as well and see if any of you boys and girls mention us on there. So we'll just while we're just logging into the Twitch chat, we'll just sit put with Rigel at the moment. He's a little scrappy lap actually. He's 0.5 down on this lap, so he might have made a few mistakes, or it just might be he's settling down for the rest of the race pace. He's still a bit slower on this lap, and you know what? That's Enzo's not too far behind as well, Cod. So I wonder if he's just maybe been caught napping a little bit. Enzo was 1.2 seconds behind our leader, and he's now he's still 1.2 seconds according to this, but that looks far closer than 1.2 seconds, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's catching him fast. Maybe Rigel's managing his tyres, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. right behind Rigel there. This will be interesting to see what the legs are like on that Chevrolet compared to the Porsche. Coming down the straight, so half a second behind Rigel now. Looks like he's gaining, but not quick enough to make it to the first corner. Right, let's get on Twitch.
Yeah, I believe Camaro won one of the races last week or the week before.
Yeah, it was very quick.
My favourite car out of this, the GT4s at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah, I love it. It just feels so good. It's stable and predictable, good brakes, not as sloppy as you'd think on turning. Good all-round car.
I like Porsche as well. I'm not going to lie. I do like a Porsche.
Yeah, I'm a bit adverse to slippy back ends. I just don't like that unpredictability.
You don't like slippy back ends?
No. Don't like any of the mid-engine or rear-engine cars.
I had to say it. You're not a slippy back end man.
I'm saying nothing without my solicitor present.
Do you know what? I can't see RWB live tonight, but I am. There is a live stream of Greedy Me if you wanted to have a look at it tonight, ladies and gents. Hello to the people watching the stream, by the way. Any questions you've got as we're watching this fantastic race? Old Enzo just needs to keep his cool right now. Let's look on the back of Mr. Rigel. And all we're going to see is a great sponsorship from Chevrolet right now because look at that. He's not giving it at all, is he?
Project Cars used to be the beautiful game, but this is very close.
Yeah. Oh, it's a gorgeous thing. Definitely got it compared to something. But yeah, we're just coming up to the first corner. They call this the Alpha corner.
I thought he was going to dive by the inside.
Wow. So going up to the Alpha corner, Enzo just, you know what, that was pretty good from Enzo because it looks like he massively missed his braking, and that could have been absolutely detrimental to the race. It could have ended both of their races. So that was a fair shout there, and I'm sure Rigel was probably sweating a little bit. But what's interesting is how quickly Enzo's already caught up with him. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. Whether track temperature, we are 28 degrees light clouds and 28 degrees on track, so a bit cooler than when they were qualifying cars, but I'm not sure if that's going to make any difference.
Well, I'd say the rear tyres and the Porker will be pretty toasty.
Yeah. And hey, look at this right now. We've got Pinpoint. He's obviously Brandon Warren was in front of him, but now Brandon Warren's behind him again. These guys seem to be arguing the toss a little bit for sixth position at the moment, which is great to see. Great to see. You know, Pinners, you just got to keep your head in there, mate. Keep fighting, keep straight, and you'll be laughing in no time, mate. This is the part, Coles, where we give him commentator's curse, mate. This is how
that's why I'm saying nothing.
This is how it happens. It sees chicanes here, which they're coming up to. It just, you know, if you can get them right, it's perfect. But if you hit that big old chicane and in RACs, then you're done. You're done.
Yeah, that last chicane's pretty dangerous if you take it wrong and spin out really easy.
And the amount of cars it was catching out in the Formula One over the weekend, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Yeah, but it takes a good driver to judge it. So anyway, let's have a quick look at how we're looking for the rest of the pack. So currently, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take myself off. Put myself onto voice activity so I can actually switch through these drivers. So at the moment, 19th is Gunpowder. Gunpowder must have pitted, I'm assuming, Cos.
Yeah, he has. He's got his green marker, so he's pitted.
He's got his green marker, so he's pitted. He's currently doing 156s, and he's looking pretty confident. Damien Wilk in 18th position. in the Aston Martin. Not got a lot around him right now. In front of him, we've got Matt Tarbuck and Audi. Actually, that's Matt Tarbuck there, and Audi's in front of him now. Al Gardner's the next one down the road for Audi, who's currently in 16th position. But as you can see, Audi's pitted. Audi's now cleared the cars he needed to clear. And he's ready to swallow up the other cars who are now pitting. So Audi's currently lapping in the 1:55.626s. So again, if he can capitalise on what he's doing, if he can keep the pace up, then he'll be okay. So,
yeah, it could be a good strategy. They could get the undercut here on the pit stops and gain a lot of positions.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got Al Garner in 15th, Jonas Burgess in 14th. Mr. Allwyn, which has been driving a pretty solid race throughout the leagues. Look at this. He's in a little pack. He's in a little pack full of cars. He's got Antonio Guarda in front of him, and Carlos Barros and Tom Proctor right behind Mr. Carolia. So look at all these cars in a beautiful little line right here. Just coming round the Renault chicane. What am I talking about? They've just gone past New Holland and they're coming up to Elf, and it looks like Carlos Barros is performing a move on Tom Proctor. Tom Proctor sticking to the right-hand side there. Carlos Barros having to go wide. And wow.
Just pulled it off.
Just pulled it off, but that could have been a little bit deadly. Tom Proctor didn't want to let that go, but Carlos Barros sat there and went, hey, I'm in front of you now, mate, so I'm going to cut you up. So that was a great move from Carlos Barros to get 10th position. Tom Proctor now down into 11th. And it looks like he's got Antonio Guarda all over his backpipe.
Yeah, can't rule Albin out. He's a very good racer too.
Yeah, absolutely. So. It is some phenomenal racing. It looks like Tom Proctor's in a bit of trouble now because Antonio Guarda is now challenging him, and he's gone on the inside and taken it. But Tom Proctor's got the drive, and it doesn't quite work. But Allwyn takes advantage of Antonio going slightly off track there, and I think that's Allwyn. Allwyn's got the move done. So massive loss there for Guarda.
Yeah, that's the kickback from taking the tight line. You have to give position and allow the space, and you can lose out. You can gain, but you can lose out again if your opponent sticks to his line.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like these guys are still arguing, and Guarda, they're going sideways. They're still going, and Allwyn's going to have the inside line, but then Guarda's going to have the inside line. They're all over the place. What's going to happen here? Side by side through chicanes. Great clean racing, and you know what? Guarda's going to have to conceive it. Meanwhile, Jonas Burgess is now catching up on these two, and still racing. This is a great one to keep on top of. You know what, guys? You can tell I haven't commentated in a long time because my voice is almost gone.
Take a breath. Don't forget to breathe.
Yeah. So Allwyn again, he's going on the inside line, defending as much as he can, and I think Guarda. Whoa! Holy moly, Guarda! Let's just have a quick look at that again. A 30-second replay. Let's have a look at what happened here. Can we go to Helicam? Let's just stay on board with Guarda here, Cos, because I think he massively overstepped the brake in here and almost went into Allwyn. Let's just have a look at what happened. He was trying to take the wider line to get better traction in. Went into the bad stuff and went over the bumps. That was a bit cheeky, wasn't it, Cos?
He just out-braked himself, didn't he? With no choice.
Yeah, massive
He was a passenger at that stage.
Yeah, absolutely. But great racing between these two. But maybe that's a time for Guarda to kind of he's going to be frustrated. He's just lost 2 positions when he was trying to take one. So he was gearing himself up in 10th, and he's lost it. So he's gonna pace himself now and just have to get back on track. Meanwhile,
Isaac catching.
What was that? Sorry, Cos?
It looks like Isaac's catching Wardman up the front there.
Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we were just having a quick look at Rigel, who's, he's still getting pressured by Enzo. Again, Rigel's playing the calm game, although I say the calm game, he could be secretly having to put some pressure on himself to stay ahead. I mean, these two are in a league of their own, because you've got RWB Rigel doing 154s, Enzo doing 154s, Greedemy in third. Greedemy is currently doing the 155, so he's still in the game, but I think the third position is all he's going to be aiming himself for tonight, which he's still going to be happy about. Don't get me wrong, but the two in front are just in a different world. So let's have a quick look at Isaac's right now, Cos.
Yeah, there's a chip off the old smog block, being Rigel's son.
Smug for a second, we will call him one day. Although I must admit, have you spoken to Isaac? Have you heard him on?
No, I don't think I've ever heard him.
Sounds just like Rigel.
He's very good. He drives just like Rigel. He's very good.
Yes, well, we're just about to see how good he drives, because he's right on the back of that McLaren. It's almost as if he was having a little kiss with a McLaren then. Right on the back of him, and getting he's sliding over to the right-hand side now. The McLaren's not moving over to the right, and he's going to try and get a better traction out of this corner. The thing I find about this Mercedes is it just has a little bit, it's just a bit gutless when it comes out of those corners. And the McLarens, as we know through my experience, they've just got a little bit more drive. So with Isaacs, it's going to be talent that gets past this guy, and you can tell he's so much quicker in those corners, isn't he? So much quicker in those corners, as we're on the rear wing now of Thomas Warpen, which will be fighting for his life. Let's see what he can do. Look at that, Cos. So the McLaren is just pushing away now. That Mercedes, I thought that Mercedes would have legs on him, but it just doesn't. A little bit of weaving there from Tom, but we'll see. Here we go. The Mercedes is better on the braking, better on the turning. Again, right on his back, but here we go. When the McLaren gets a little bit of its legs out, as we'll see in a minute when it straightens up round here, you'll see that Mercedes just falling back. There we go. So it's just falling back. And that causes the biggest problem with that Mercedes.
I think the problem with it is, from my experience, I don't know if it's the same McLaren, but the McLaren I drove yesterday seems to have quite a bit of oversteer under braking into corners. So if you can get in quicker and out quicker, that's where you gain your time, where the Mercedes is a bit sluggish in and out.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just coming up to another great little part of the track now. Just going past Campster and then down this main straight again. So Isaac's here got a much better turn in, but again, that McLaren's able to just keep itself in front, Gods. And that will really be frustrating Isaac. And again, he'll just have to try and beat the McLaren. Thomas Wardman got a little bit back end happy there, and Isaacs could have gone for it, but it just I'm just speaking out of experience here, cause that Merc frustrates me.
It used to be one of my favourite cars. Well, it still is one of my favourite cars in any game. I've always liked the AMG. It's just a great car. It's another but stable and reliable.
You just think it would have the legs on it though, but it doesn't. Especially being a Merc.
Well, it's getting out the corners. The McLaren obviously is getting in and out the corners quicker. I'd say the Mercedes is faster, just it doesn't get out the corners as quick.
Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my arse.
Right, let's just have a quick look at how we're doing. In front. Gap is 0.6 seconds from RWB Rigel and Enzo. Let's just go over to these two boys again, and here's a familiar sight. Now, because Enzo needs desperately not to balls this up. That's it in a nutshell, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's got a master to get by.
Look at that. I mean, it's almost as if he's on a different set of tyres compared to Rigel. And I mean, Mr. Smug will be he'll be sitting there, and he'll probably have a smug little look on his face. But at the same time, at this very point in time, if Rigel makes one mistake, Enzo's going to be in front, and it just seems so much more poised.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of it's down to strategy as well. Fuel load, tyres, how you manage the tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just oh, look at that! It's almost as if the Porsche might have a bit of a. Oh, has he gone in the pits? Has he gone in the pits? Rigel fitted. Whoa, 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 whoa! Here we go. So Rigel, who was the race leader, has gone in the pits. Now, what does that tell you?
That tells me maybe his rear tyres were going off.
We're 45 minutes in. We've got 45 minutes of the race left. That's kind of halfway house now. Was that an early pit stop from Rigel because his tyres weren't working, or was that planned, do you think, Cos?
You never know. I mean, he might have just put a little bit of fuel in to get, to get a good position to start with.
Yeah, and what'll be interesting is to see where he comes out. So let's just get on Enzo again. Enzo, which was clearly had the pace on Rigel over the last couple of laps. He did make a mistake and was a good 2 seconds away from him, and now he's in front quite safely. Looking at Rigel again, now that's a long pit stop for Rigel. Is that potentially tyres? Because that's over a 30-second pit stop.
Yeah, that's a full load of fuel and tyres, I'd say.
That's got to be tyres as well, hasn't it? And that will bring Rigel out in front of behind Carlos Barros. And there's Allwyn in the background there, just coming down the final straight, but Allwyn won't get... Rigel's 12th position, sorry. Oh, I do apologise. So Al Gartner's just coming up behind him, and Tom Proctor and Allwyn, who are currently fighting for position, include Carlos Barros. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So Rigel, we assume, has gone for tyres. And
I would say so. Yeah, I'd imagine that the reason he was getting caught so easily is his tyres were going off.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, the timing screens were a bit naff, but Al Gartner's actually ahead of him, so Rigel's in 13th now, Cos. Let's check out Enzo Bemunetti. Oh, Cos! It's almost like a Formula One race. My nipples are going hard.
And the top 12 haven't pitted, but the back 5 or 6 have.
Yep, so Enzo Bemunetti's gone into the pits now. Greedy takes the actual leader for race in first position with Thomas Wardman. Is that Mr. Wardman? Let's just have a quick check. No, that's not Thomas Wardman, I don't think, behind him. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry, it is Thomas Wardman. Apologies. So, yeah, that's Thomas Wardman. Let's just go back to Enzo. That was a quick pit stop from Enzo, Cos. That can't have been a tyre change. Because Enzo Benunetti, where's he coming out? He's coming out in front of that pack. Could that be Brandon Warren? Yeah, I think that's Brandon Warren in the BMW GT4. And that's Allwyn. Yeah, that's Allwyn's colours in his Aston Martin. So Brandon Warren's come back in 8th position, Cos, ahead of Rigel in 13th. Now, the twist to this, Benunetti has obviously not changed his tyres, but we think Rigel has. So how much quicker is Rigel going to be? That is key now in this 2-horse race, mate. It's quite entertaining, this, isn't it? I'm quite liking this race tonight. It's especially up front. There's 2 guys leading, fighting for the position. One's changed tyres and one hasn't. So we can see how they do.
Yeah, it's fascinating because it's interesting strategies from a lot of the people.
Yeah, and 2 different strategies from the 2 people up front, which are the 2 quickest drivers on the grid tonight. 2 different strategies. And anyway, as we enter this race, Cos, what are you drinking right now?
Tea. I'm off the beer at the moment.
What the fuck?
I know, right?
You should know by now that you need to be at least drinking something. What's everyone drinking in the stream tonight? Can we have a few? Can we have a few examples of some lovely stuff you're drinking? Obviously, it has to be legal before you start with bad stuff. wait for people to give us the answers. But, cause I'm going to tell you now, I'm drinking a raspberry Berliner beer, and it's a second version of the beer, Berliner Weiss, this time with raspberry, and it's 6%. That's lovely. It's basically a raspberry flavoured beer.
Is that a microbrewery or just a general?
It's an Arundel brewery. It's lovely, a nice local brewery to me. So very nice indeed. And no one else is telling us how beers they're drinking in chat, which is a shame.
I had some interesting beers. I was in Yorkshire in Malton at a food festival in the market there.
Okay.
There was an interesting marquee. It was all the local microbreweries. And they had like chocolate ale and all kinds of weird stuff.
Okay. Oh, nice. Interestingly enough, Mr. Audi, RWB Audi, we were just having I just noticed he wasn't where I was thinking he'd be, and he's actually. It looks like he's retired from a race, or something may have happened to his maybe computer or something, but he's not. He's not in that race at the moment. So
Is that him pulled on the side? Was it?
Maybe. It currently says he's on the pits, and he went into the pits on lap 12, so he's only done 12 laps, and they're on lap 17 now. Meanwhile, Antonio Guarda has got a stop and go penalty. Not too sure what that's for, but this guy's got to be hurting right now, hasn't he, Cos? Because he was doing really well. He's had a couple of clumsy mistakes, and is he going at full chat? Tell you what, he might not be going at full chat, but it looks like is he damaged, I wonder? Because he's definitely not going very quick, and it looks like he's got some people coming up now to overtake him. So that's definitely going slower. So I wonder if he's had a crash, because he's definitely not a full pacer. Such a shame.
Unlucky. Them stop and goes are horrible.
Oh, Jesus. Right, yeah, that car is definitely broken. And I wonder if it's broken or whether that was just frustration. That guy's got to be frustrated the way he's driving that car tonight. Yeah, not good. Mr. Jonas Bergest in current 16th position. I would say he's fighting for position, but I don't think he is. I think that's one of. I think that could be Greedy behind him. Let's just have a look. Yeah, Greedy's just coming up to lap Jonas Bergest at the moment. Greedy's going deep, isn't he? He's going deep into this race.
He's first as well.
He's loving it. Well done, Greed. Oh! Goals, did you see that little back end flick?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's looked interesting. So, look, ladies and gents, boys and girls, just to give you a little heads up on where we are tonight, while we're deep into the race with 38 minutes to go. The circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. The race circuit is in Catalonia, Spain. It was built in 1991. Not how long ago, really, when you look at it. Its main thing it's known for hosting is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's obviously also used quite regularly for off-season testing for the Formula 1 Grand Prix as well. Plans for circuit originated in the mid-1980s when Catalan officials decided to wrest the Spanish Grand Prix from Circuit de Jerez and return the race to its home, Catalonia. So construction started in the early 1989 and the track opened with the Spanish Touring Car Series in September 10th, 1991. The Spanish Grand Prix was run 2 weeks later and soon after it hosted the MotoGP. The track remains one of the busiest in Europe, and I'm not surprised, because it is spectacular, really, and it's one of the tracks which we've raced in RWB for many, many years now, and I think we'll continue to host it for many, many years, if I'm honest with you, mate.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites, always has been.
Absolutely.
Such a nice, once you get in the zone with it, it's, not many technical bits, there's a few, but it's got some nice, fast, flowing zones in it.
No, yeah, that's it, and it's technical, the zones as well, especially Elf and Renault, turns 1 and 2, that is. Turn 3 is a beautiful turn because you can do that. You need to be a bit edgy with the throttle. Should have really spoken about this in qualifying, really, but I was having so. And you've got Captor in Nissan. But look, the main thing we're looking at the moment, Greedy Me is in first place, followed by Isaacs. Isaac's in the Merc in second position. He's got Thomas Wardman.
Greedy's in the pit.
Greedy's gone in the pits, has he? Okay, Thomas Wardman in third position. Pinpoint. Now, Pinpoint is having a little bit of a cheeky race. Guess who he's racing?
Oh, this could end in tragedy.
He's racing Mr. Beer. Now, Mr. Beer, as we know, is very, very quick and very, very good on the brakes and very, very good on the turn-ins. And Pinpoint, as we know, is also very, very good at making his car very wide and competitive and defensive when he wants to be. So these two here are racing absolutely fantastically. And if Pinpoint can keep this position or keep doing what he's doing today, he will be in for a lovely little points finish in this week's race. If Beer can carry on what he's doing, he'll like that even more because he's currently fifth in the championship.
Oh, yeah, Beer could mug him. I think he's going to try. He's gaining by looks of it.
I've not heard that. What's mugging when it's over?
Mugging.
Mugging. Oh, look at him with that steering wheel. Beer does fight this car hard. He fights this car hard and fast. Like he would his 18-year-old college girlfriend with the back end of 78 years ago.
Your mic's starting to break up a bit.
Oh, bugger. Just as I'm starting to insult you, is it better now?
Yeah. I think if you talk with a bit of volume, it's okay. It's when you kind of.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah,
So when I accuse you of being 100 years old, you didn't hear that?
No, I throw it effing.
Look at Beer right now on the tail of RWB Pinpoint, coming into the last couple of corners here. That tricky chicane, and Beer will have to be very patient. Beer will have to be patient, and Pinpoint will have to keep his cool. Look at this! Oh, Beer's
having a look.
Go to the helicam. He was having a look, but that was fantastic driving. That was great for him, Beer. Beer was as calm as he needed to be. Now Pinpoint should get a little bit of an exit, but he's not. Beer is right there on his chopper. Let's just have a look at what happens here. We're going into the first corner. This is RWB Beer, RWB Pinpoint. They're fighting for third position. Absolutely fantastic racing between these two so far. That's right, and Aston Martin against Janetta. Beer went slightly, those pinners went slightly off on that corner, and it's all over. Beer got the turn, and you can't fight off a Janetta. It's so calm, but hold on a second. Pinners almost did try and give it a go, but I think it is. Oh no, Beer's gone wide. Pinners has gone on the inside, and Beer's gone wide. He's still in it. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Beer did the right wing there. He squeezed Pinners. And
oh no!
No! What's happened?
Beer lost it. He went in too hard.
Did he lose it, or what's that little love tap from Pinners?
No, he just went into took the corner too tight.
He got on board. Here we go. Let's have a look what happened. So he went wide on this corner, and then he squeezed
Pinners mugged him back.
Yeah, Pinners couldn't make it on the outside, so he backed off and. No, I don't think it was a contact.
It was very close, but I don't think it was.
It was bloody close, wasn't it? That was close. So there's Beer now. So Beer has lost out massively, and funny enough, Enzo Benvenuti, that looks like Enzo's now in third place. So that little loss got Enzo into third position again. Rigel in seventh position. I think Rigel's biggest Achilles heel has been passed in the cars in front of him from the pit. And so far, that Porsche looks doesn't look too handy on the tyres, to be honest, Cos.
I was just thinking that. I wonder if that was a hell of a long pit. I was thinking, Well, the fuel load goes in really quick in this game, so it would have been tyre change. I just wonder if he's struggling with the tyres.
That's some great driving there from Rigel, isn't it? So concise with that driving. Pinpoints in the pits.
Yeah, that was my thought. Why she got ahead, get in the pits and get your tyres done.
Yeah, so is he trying to undercut Beer here? Because Beer hadn't gone ahead of him. So is he kind of sitting there going, look, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to get into the pits. I'm going to do the best I can do now to try and get my car ready for the next fight with Beer. That can only be my next thought, to be honest, on that one. Looks like RWB Isaacs has now, or Smoke for second, has now done his bit as well and is back into 11th position. And he has Damien Wilk behind him for comfort, and Al Gardner in front of him for more comfort. So car 93 is loving it in a moment, and actually with the pits going on, he doesn't have Al Gardner anymore. He's got Mike Starbuck in front of him. So yeah, it's Al Gardner actually behind him. I wish one day these time screens get up to date.
What was that, mate?
I was going to say, I wish one day these timing screens would actually get up to date and actually start working live.
Can't have everything.
No. And Antonio Guarda, we watched him race furiously through the race today, and unfortunately, he's our second retirement cause. We've lost Audi already, and now we've lost Antonio Guarda, retired on lap 7. Race.
It's a shame.
Kind of, you could see he was frustrated, couldn't we? We could see he was racing with passion tonight. So let's have a quick look how we're doing. I mean, Isaac is full growth of a car of Mike Starbuck right now. So while we follow on this great race, we've got Thomas Warburton in first place. Looks like Isaac's going for the position here against Aston Martin. He's got the inside, but Aston Martin's, has he got the legs on him? No. I mean, this should be an easy overtake for Isaacs, and it looks like it's going to be. He's got the brakes, he's got the turning power, and the Aston Martin will just have to settle for 8th position now, unless he's got any fight back. But to be honest, I think Isaac has got that one in the bag.
Yeah, I'd say he'd be struggling to get by Isaac.
Yeah. So Thomas Warburton currently in P1, Enzo Benvenuti back in P2, Beer in P3. Surprisingly, Beer hasn't pitted yet. Carlos Barros in P4. Rigel, let's just go on board with Mr. Rigel, currently in P5. We're seeing it'll be interesting to see how off Benvenuti's tyres go at the end of the race. There's still 28 minutes left. So Rigel's P5 at the moment. Greedini in P6. Isaacs P7. M. Tarbach in P8. Damien Wilk in 9th. Gunpowder 10th. Proctor 11th. Pinpoint. Our old Pinpoint, Cos. He's back in 12th now. So he's done his change. I wonder if he changed tyres as well.
He had a long pit stop.
Yeah, it was long, wasn't it? So P13 for a win, P14 for Jonas Burgers, 15th for Carolia, and 16th for Al Gardner. So actually we started this lead with over 35 drivers, and we've left 18 turned up tonight, or 19 turned up tonight. 18, I don't know. But we've now got 16 left in this race, so nice points for everyone tonight who can finish the race.
Yeah, Greedy could end up 4th if he's, because from 4 downwards, they're all going to gain 2 positions when Beer and Carlos Barros pit.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're all going to get bumped up. Rigel will be bumped up to 2nd.
The interesting thing here is Rigel's lapping 0.3 quicker Sorry, no. Wait, I'm looking at best laps here. So Rigel's last lap, 1:55.617. Do you know what Enzo's last lap was called?
Go on.
1:56.487.
Oh, and Greedy's gone up to 5th.
Greedy's up to 5th position. This is a part of the race, everyone watching, where it will kind of start splitting up a little bit. Everyone's racing their own kind of race, and they all kind of meet up at the end. So yeah, Greedy means up into 5th.
Potential podium for Greedy. Come on, Greedy.
Podium for Greedy. So yeah, getting there, Greedy. Carlos Barros in 3rd. Beer still not pitting yet. Carlos Barros hasn't pitted yet. But Beer's coming into the pits. Enzo Benvenuti is still lapping slower than Rigel. He laps at almost a second and a half on the lap before, and this last lap he's lapped 0.2 slower than Rigel. So Rigel is gaining. That's
I wonder if that's tyres going off.
Yeah. So here's Beer now. We like to do this. Beers looks like he's got a pit very close to the end. So Beer's pitting now. Where is Pinpoint? This is interesting because it's, here's where we see if Pinpoint's strategy has paid off to Beers. Now, Pinpoint had a long one, which suggests to us that he changed his tyres, hopefully not his brakes. And coming around a few last chicanes now where Beer is in the pits.
Changing tyres.
Pinpoint's now coming down the main final straight. Is still in the pits, but I think he should come down. There he goes, and to the right hand side there, I believe is Pinners. So Pinners is ahead. Pinners has gone ahead. Pinners has gone ahead of Beer for quite some time. So Pinners, if you're listening to this later on, top notch on your racing today in pit strategy, mate, because you are ahead of your rival. And I think that was a safe bet from him, really. I think he'd done the defending he needed to do, and it was his time to get in the pits.
And he took advantage of Beer's mistake, which was unfortunate, but
absolutely,
a bit of a breather.
Now, talking about taking advantage of people's mistakes, is Rigel going to take advantage of a potential mistake that Enzo Benvenuti has made in this car in his dominating race so far? And that is Enzo's last lap time, 1:56.2. Mr. Smug's last lap time, 1:55.1, a second faster, cause again, he's reeling Enzo in with 23 minutes to go.
Yeah, so he's got enough time, enough laps to get the time in if he keeps that up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd love to see a tyre screen right now. I'd love to see us do a tyre comparison course to see just how fucked Enzo's tyres are compared to Mr. Rigel's. And kudos to Carlos Barros. He hasn't pitted yet. And that guy's lapping 3 seconds slower than Rigel. So there we go. There's Carlos Barros, and in the background, you can't see him yet, but in the background, it's not too distant future. Let's just have a look, see if we can see Mr. Smug in the rear there. Yeah, there he is. There's Mr. Smug coming up. So it's not too far. Just because I'm a bit of a geek with stuff like this, of course. So Enzo's about to do his next lap. Just coming through the final chicanes now. See what he can put in this time. He knows he's got to up his game because he will know that he's being hunted down here. And I'm sure he's seen it on his time on the screen. So coming through the final finish line here. That gives him. Oh, it's updated. That's a 1:56.274. His last lap.
Yeah, not good enough, really.
No, and here comes Smug. Just going to see what his last lap was. He's definitely gaining. Oh, that's where he's in second place now, and that was a 1:55.1 cos.
Yeah, let's just got to keep that up and do it.
1.1 seconds faster than Enzo Benuinuti. So we'll follow those in a bit. Meanwhile, Carlos Barros has just come in for a pit. Now, we saw this earlier on. We've got Pinpoint fighting Tom Proctor here, which is quite nice to see them fighting for position. Pinpoint having a little look on the inside there to take him there, but that's probably not the best place to take him, Pinpoint, because these chicanes will get you, and he's riding the chicanes there, cause
Hell for leather there.
I know he is going hell for leather, but let's just have a quick look at where Carlos Barros came out. Carlos Barros might not have pitted them for tyres.
Yeah, and that's promoted Greedy up to the podium.
Greedy me.
You
Third.
are greedy.
We like it. We like it lots. 20 minutes and 50 seconds to go left in this race. It's quite fascinating to see all the drivers in their different representative tiers as we're on board with Greedy Me. 20 minutes 38 seconds left to go. He's got Isaacs behind him. I suppose Isaacs is a contender still. Isaacs is
Definitely,
not too far
yeah.
behind.
Can't rule him out. Just depends. Sorry?
Wouldn't that be interesting, having a Smug 1 and Smug 2?
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of this is down to tyre strategy and pit.
Yeah, I totally agree there. Still, Rigel's 0.7 faster, 0.8 faster on his last lap. Enzo's had a bit of traffic, but he's going to have to do something. With the distance they are right now, Rigel will be in striking distance in the next 5 laps. Do you like that, Coles? I like that all by myself.
Very professional.
I know, right?
I quite like that on the Formula One where they have the striking distance, what do you call it, graphic.
Yeah, it's yeah. I do and I don't, because it kind of takes it away from the whole excitement now, because you know he's going to catch him in 3 laps.
Yeah, but there's nothing set in stone. You know, they always make mistakes or get caught with back markers or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very true. Very true. So, just one we haven't really spoken about that much tonight. Gunpowder. He's currently in 9th position, and he has a Miss Barros right in front of him. And what were we saying? Carlos Barros, we were saying we don't think has changed his tyres. And I think Gunpowder did. So it'll be interesting to see how well Gunpowder goes this current race. And, yeah, he's got that Porsche, so we think that there could be a bit of tyre wear with a Porsche, but not too sure on that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's strange because it seemed like Rigel was struggling with tyres at the start, but he's been on this present set for for half an hour now.
Yeah. I think it was the right thing to do. I think in Rigel's mind, he probably thought, if I come in now, I've got him. I can catch him at the end. And 1.5. Again, 0.6 seconds. Rigel's taken out of Enzo's domination here. Track temperature is 27 degrees right now. Light clouds still, so no danger of any rain coming around in Barcelona, Circuit Catalonia. Just watching on board of these 2 great little racers here. Carlos Barros in the McLaren GT4 and a Gunpowder right behind him now, and I think this will be Gunpowder's time to shine, because he will be gaining on this main straight, and Carlos Barros going a little bit defensive, putting his car a little to the right, but going back to the left to take the corner, and yeah, Gunpowder's just that little bit quicker, isn't he? Just that little bit quicker on the corners.
Good pace down the straight as well, that Walker.
Absolutely, and Pinpoint Tom Proctor, and I was going to mention Pinpoint, but Tom Proctor and Mr. Beer having a little bit of a jiggery pokery with each other on the first few corners, and Beer's got the job done. And here we go, Cos. Drum roll. You know, it's going to be Beer and Pinpoint for the racing again, and I think they raced against each other in the last few as well. So that's Beer clear of Tom Proctor, and he just needs to hunt down Pinpoint now. Anyway, look, this is starting to get me a bit nervous here. I love it when races come down to this point. We've got 16 minutes to go. Enzo's just put in a 156.1. Rigel, 155.6. He's taken another 0.6 out of Enzo Benitez's time. And if you look on the mini-map, I do believe that is Mr. Rigel coming to get you. And he's coming at quite a pace, Cos.
Yeah, but on the readout there, it said he was 19 seconds behind.
He is 19 seconds. Oh, so...
19.3.
19.3, okay, so he won't get in 5 laps then. Boys, welcome to the chat. How come you're not in, boys? Tell us, talk to us. So, 19.3, so yeah, actually, if he's only taking 0.6 chunks out of him now, 0.6, yeah, he won't catch him, or it'll be very close. It'll basically be at the end of the race, he catches him.
I don't think he's got enough laps, even at a second of lap.
Well, it's all down to if Enzo's tyres can last, basically.
Yeah, there's that. There's only 10 laps in it, though, roughly, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Greedy Me, this man. He's currently in 3rd position, doing great racing tonight. Great racing. And Isaacs is in 4th. So Isaacs in 4th. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He is gaining.
Took a second out the past few laps.
Wow. Thomas Wardman in 5th. Not too much. I mean, is that Isaacs in front of Wardman? Is it? Yes, it is. So Thomas Wardman's still in the firing line of Isaacs. So you never know what can happen there. Boys got disconnected from the server 20 minutes before the end. It's an absolute shocker anyway. Sorry to hear that. Is Moyes in tier 1? He is, isn't he? Yeah. So Moyes, was it raining in tier 1 for the main race? Did you want to give us a little heads up with how that went? Cos, look at dear Pinpoint. He's got that beer right now in Pinpoint's house. If his missus or his kids interrupt him and go, "Hey, Dad," or "Where's Steve?" he'll go, "Fuck off." He will literally.
Don't mess with the governor.
Get out, go away. So look, we're just on board now. We'll go on to the thing of Pinpoint. There he is. There's that conniving little daredevil, that Janetta. Oh look, he's going quite wide there, isn't he, old beer? He's found this little tune on that first corner. He goes right onto the left hand side.
Yeah, got to get that slingshot through that first chicane.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's the way to go. And he's definitely got the legs on beer. He's definitely got the legs on Pinpoint. Look at that Janetta. It's so poised, and I'll tell you what, it's I'm a bit sad for Pinpoint, because he's doing great, and it looks so at this rate like he's gonna catch Pinpoint in the next few corners. To be honest, Cos. I mean, yeah,
but as we know, Pinners, there's no pushover.
Pinners
he's got to get high, and he's got to hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, Pinners has been doing pretty good with his racing, hasn't he? I mean, he's definitely changed from the guy I remember.
He's improved over the past couple of years, and especially I think a lot of it's down to the direct drive wheel. I think it's given him more, precision and accuracy. all that malarkey.
I don't know, mate. These people with direct drives, though.
I know how the other half live.
Yeah. So an update from Moyes while we're watching these two fight it out. Quali was rain. On the start, at least 6 cars crashed out. Oh, God. Got 40-second damage, no FCY, and pit window didn't help as well. Put up to the field and had to DC. Others are not happy as well. So it sounds like overall a normal race.
Was that tier 3, was it?
No, that's Marco Moyes, so that's tier 1.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that'll be tier 1. So we're just riding on the wing of Pinpoint. He's got RWB beer right up his chuffer. Rigel is only 0.1 quicker than Enzo Benuti on that last lap, and still 19.5 seconds behind him, Cos.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, that was obvious. I mean, you know, that 19 seconds was in the pits.
Yeah, I mean, can this man just needs to race a good race now and keep his head down. He's just in a 156.4. I know I keep gibbering on about this, boys and girls, but you know what? This is what us race commentators are like. We like to look at the facts, the figures, and we like to look and see what these guys are doing. And again, Rigel's a lot quicker on that lap. I can't believe he's 19.2 seconds away from him still. That doesn't seem right to me.
Alwyn's right behind Tom Proctor.
Right behind Tom Proctor.
If you look at it, 1.66 on the...
yes, here we go. In fact, is that Tom Proctor? Alwyn's done the pass. So
we've done him in that time we switched.
Yeah, good race there. Oh. So Mark Mark is giving me a lesson in how we say Enzo's name properly. I apologise, Mark. So you pronounce the name Benvenuti. It is as it is spelled, if this helps your commentary. Thank you very much. So it's Benvenuti.
I think we'll just stick with Enzo.
I'm just going to, Enzo. Enzo's a better name anyway. Thank you very much, Mark.
As well.
So, Mark, what relation is Enzo to you? It's quite nice. It's quite nice the family that obviously watch these races and enjoy them with everyone. With everyone, it's quite nice to see that. Right, so Enzo Benvenuti at the moment is currently in first position. Me and Cos have been talking about this for the last 4 or 5 laps. Because at the moment on Helicam, he is 156.1 on his last lap. Rigel just coming round the corner now, 155.8. So again, that doesn't look 19 seconds, Cos. That's 18.8 seconds. Fair enough. So it looks like he's still got a way to go, and I don't think he will catch him in 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
It did look like he was going to catch him earlier, but I wonder if he had a spin, an off or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It just seems crazy. Enzo's just absolutely dominating it, and Rigel did catch up quickly, but not quick enough by the looks of it. So Mark, sorry, he's your son or you're his son? That's awesome. And you used to race online years ago. That's cool. Keeping it in the family. I like that. It'll be a couple of years until I let Jensen take the wheel. Let's just quickly, with 7 minutes to go, we got Enzo in first, Rigel second, Greedamy in third. Great race in there, Gree. Isaac's in fourth, but he has got Thomas Wardman. Thomas Wardman seems to have gone a little bit of pace and is now right behind Isaac again. Matt Harbuck in sixth. Again, Matt Tarbuck, he did have someone close behind him, but not too close. Damien Wilkins 7th, Gunpowder in 8th. That's quite significant, goals, because Gunpowder was in 10th, so he's gotten past Carlos Barros. And actually, Carlos Barros was in 9th. Well, he did. Sorry, hold on. This is interesting. Carlos Barros is in 9th, and Pinpoint is in 10th, but look at what we've got here, Carlos.
Oh,
Yes.
Pinners is very close to Carlos as well.
Pinners is close to Carlos, but I think he's got bigger issues right now. And that bigger issue is that little tiny Janetta and that person called Beer. And this is almost too much to watch, really, isn't it?
It's great, man. We've had some really close racing all the way through the field.
We have. It's been some fantastic racing. And as always, thank you very much to the people watching tonight, watching the stream and watching, I hope it's provided some good entertainment for yourselves. Race 5 in the Tier 2 section of the GT4 League, RWB GT4 League on Circuit du Catalonia. And I must admit, I've thoroughly enjoyed the commentary with yourself tonight, Gods. I am back. I am starting to commentate again, as I've had some lovely requests and some lovely comments brought to me asking if I was gonna do it again. So yeah, Mark, thank you very much for your comments there, mate. Appreciate you enjoy it.
Yeah, I should take this time to thank Xerax of Racing Sim Tools for sponsoring this league.
Yep. Sorry, I was drinking.
Langer.
I know, I should stop drinking. Yeah, thank you, Xerax. That's been amazing. Again, look at this. Pinners, you are racing like a god tonight. That's great defending. And especially defending against that Beer, because he's not easy to defend against. Right, 4 minutes to go, Coles. Who's going to be our man of the match?
Good question.
It is a good question. I would say Greedy Me, but he's probably going to end up on the podium tonight.
Yeah, Pinners is a prime candidate.
Pinners is definitely a prime candidate.
And Beer, in fairness, they both had a good race.
Beer, they've had some fantastic racing. And because these two, I mean, could we do 2 man of the matches tonight?
Well, we couldn't have 2, but we could give them props for entertaining racing.
I mean, this is great entertainment. I don't think Rigel's going to catch Ben now. Ben Venuti. But I mean, these two here. I mean, Pinpoint again on the defensive line right now. Beer wants to get past him. Sorry, yeah, Pinner's being defensive. Beer just kicking that Janetta into the sand a little bit there, and he wants to get past Pinners. This is for 9th position goals. This is some great points. This should help Beer massively in the championship. Beer going really wide again, almost off track, like almost 4 wheels off the lines there, you could argue. But he's going for it to get that catapult, but it just doesn't work with a well-placed Aston Martin.
Yeah, Pinners is doing a great job.
He's done a fantastic job here, and he's keeping his cool as well, which is fantastic. Let's just get on to the helicam here. The helicopter following these two around the track at the moment because they're doing such a fantastic job. And they're racing so great. Again, this will be where Beer will just get that little bit of an advantage. But again, if Pinners puts his car in the right place, Beer goes a little bit too deep into that corner, and it all goes to Toff. Surprisingly, RW Rigel was the second slow on that last lap. That's a bit of a scruffy one. Still quick of an end though. That's still one to watch, but he's not going to make 2 seconds up in 2 minutes. 16 seconds up in 2 minutes, I'm afraid. Still on board. I think we're going to stay on board for these for a bit, because they are racing. They're spanking it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Isaac. He's 1.5 seconds behind Greedy now with a couple of laps to go. So that's going to be a close one.
Close, couldn't it?
T. Wardman's 1.3 behind Isaac.
Yeah.
So that could be a close one. Interesting.
I really hope these two here keep it clean and don't stuff it.
Almost
Oh,
a commentator's curse there.
yeah, Beer went right up. Beer gave Pinners' bum cheeks a little slap then and said, come on, Pinners, let's move it.
Move
So,
it, move it.
for the 6 of you watching, give us your views. I mean, I think these two should both come up and play a racer of a match tonight, because
Yeah,
they,
joint races, yeah.
you know, from pit stops to racing, they've provided us with mass amounts of entertainment. And look at that again, Gunpowder Beer just on the inside line here, but Pinners has got traction to keep himself in front. Again, just Beer's got, look at that. Oh, Beer could be in for it here, but Pinners is closing the door straight away. Pinners was a little bit wide, but he still had that lead to close the door, and that's what he did. And it's starting to get. I think it's starting to get to Pinners a little bit. I don't want to leave this race. We've got 41 seconds to go.
Relax a bit now. Greedy can relax a bit now because Isaac's dropped back.
Has he?
Yeah, he's now 2.1. So
right.
he can relax.
Yeah, they can relax.
Get it over the line.
However, unfortunately, these two cannot relax because they've got another lap to go, Cods. So Innes has got one more lap of defending against this absolute beast of a driver in that Ginetta. And you know,
Alwyn's on Carlos at the moment.
Alwyn's on Carlos. That's awesome. Right. Okay. So
185.
Let's go on to Enzo Benvenuti. I will get that right. Enzo Benvenuti. Let's just have a quick summary of this guy's race, everyone. He was the fastest in qualifying. He's been pretty consistent in his race pace. He's not really done anything wrong, Cos, apart from that one late breaking street procedure to Rigel. And I think it's safe to say this is definitely a well-deserved win for Enzo. Did he outwit Mr. Smug today, do you think?
Yeah, I think he just didn't change tyres. He went on the one set of tyres by the looks of it and eked it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So here he is, last few corners. Don't run out of fuel, Enzo. Don't screw your tyres up, Enzo. Enjoy this victory because it's well deserved. Will he do a little wiggle? Will he do a little shake? Will he flash his lights? Will he go right on the last corner? There we go, ladies and gents. Enzo Benvenuti in first place. Smug tried to do as much as he could today, and I thought he had him. I thought Rigel was going to take him by the balls and have him, but second place, that still doesn't change a thing for RWB Rigel. He still has a healthy lead in the championship, and he'll be looking at taking that. Greedy Me is coming past the final corner and taking that first position as well, and that's well deserved. Greedy Me, right, in fact, Isaacs and Thomas Wardman. There's Mr. Wardman just doing a little skid, 5th place. He'll be happy with that. Matt Tarbuck is coming through in 6th place. Damien Wilk in 7th place. Now let's just quickly. Gunpowder. I'm sorry to skip Damien Wilk and Gunpowder here, but Pinpoint and Beer, these two are still racing absolutely full on to get that position. Will Beer do anything? Can Beer do anything? I don't think he can. I think this is Pinners' 9th position. These two, me and Cos, are breaking the rules, and we're saying, fuck it, you two both get driver of a match because you smashed it, you two. Well done. RWB Allwyn, also, he's got pressure against him with Tom Proctor right behind him, but Tom's got a little bit too wide. Excuse me, he won't be going and he won't be getting that. In fact, it's almost like he's gone. He's fallen back a little bit, Tom has. Allwyn in 11th position, Tom Proctor in 12th. Carlos Barros, it was a great race for Carlos today. Very stable, very secure. Carolia, what happened to Carolia, I wonder? He's usually quite fast and consistent. 14th today for him. Nothing to be upset about. Mr. Oh, do you know what? I think have we got some people not finishing? Jonas Burgess in 14th and Al Gartner 15th. It looks like we lost Antonio Guarda earlier on and RWB Audi, but let's just have a quick little chat. If I can open these up and try and get these guys down. Let's get these guys up. 1 second. There's Enzo. We'll get Enzo up. Let's try and get the others up.
Hey, Enzo.
Hello, Enzo.
Hello.
Well done, mate.
It's just
Thank you very much. Cheers.
sorry, I went into the wrong room, Ben. How embarrassing is that? Right, let's get these guys. Right, let's start the race interviews. Enzo, Mr. P1 in qualifying, Mr. Race Strategy, changing things up, mixing stuff up. How do you feel with your race? You can obviously see that Rigel, he was catching you, he was chasing you up, but you got to be pretty happy with P1 today.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say it was pretty horrible going around at the end there. I'm guessing Rigel changed tyres earlier on in the race. And I can see why, because that was pretty horrible going for the last 20 minutes, sliding all over the place. But yeah, no, it was well happy with it, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Fantastic. Great stuff. Rigel, I'm guessing you did change your tyres, because me and Cos were screaming like little girls when we timed your pit stop. And then the rate of knots you were catching Enzo after your pit stop, do you think traffic might have had a bit of a factor in that? Because you raced your heart out to catch him, and you were catching him. Obviously, first place in the championship. This second place gives you a great lead still. But how did that race go for you?
Yeah, it was exactly it. I went for the alternative strategy of changing tyres, but the gap that it causes you to change tyres to the benefit of what you get from the grip is just a little bit too much. The gap didn't seem to be coming down that quickly. It was hard to see because there was often somebody in between me and him. Traffic wasn't really a particular problem, but the gap just didn't seem to come down very much. I think if it being slightly longer race, then it would bring it more into the equation. But unfortunately, it didn't work. But considering my place in the tier with a comfortable points cushion, I thought it was worth doing something different and trying to work it. I don't think I had the pace to beat him overall, although I got past him at the beginning. He was catching me up and I was making little mistakes and this, that and the other. So yeah, I don't think I had the pace overall to win the race. I think he would have got past me in the end anyway. So it was worth a gamble.
Nice. Well, it was an entertaining gamble. So yeah,
Had me panicking for sure. Had me really panicking. Really did. I came out and I saw the big gap and I thought, oh no, he's gone on new tyres. I'm in trouble here.
He could have been, but no, they're just not enough of a difference between staying out on the same tyres and changing to new ones. It's just not quite not quite enough. But it made for an entertaining overtake towards the beginning, and then I led you off the track on the last corner. That was quite funny. That
was scary, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, great racing, guys. Greedy. Hey, that's not bad, is it, man? Well done.
Yeah.
P3.
Couple back-to-backs, man. I'm pretty ecstatic over here, man.
Good, mate. It was great racing, and we saw some great little overtakes and great little defending. Good fights out there today. Especially, I mean, what was going through your head in that first few corners at the start? Because it was like a pack of wolves homing down on you. So
oh yeah. I think the spotter Jim told me 3 wide at one point. And I went, this isn't gonna end well. I was like, this is gonna be bad. But it looked like we got through clean. I couldn't see what all happened behind me, but it looked like everybody got through there pretty clean.
Yeah, it was a clean start. It was a very good start.
Yeah, good. That's clean. Awesome. I had nothing for Rigel and Enzo today, man. They were just the class of the field, dude. They had it in hand for sure. Yeah. And then I think, who was it? Was it Wardman, or I think it was Wardman that was catching me at the end, maybe?
It was Isaacs and Wardman straight behind Isaacs as well.
Oh, they were putting me under a lot of pressure, man. That gap was getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Then it got bigger. The last I commented, because Isaac was a second and a half behind you, And it was like a lap and a half to go, and I was going, go on, Greedy, stay, keep it together, man. And then you drop back at half a second, and I was like, oh, you can relax there, Greedy.
Yeah, I think I timed like a lap traffic in there pretty efficiently. I got through a turn 1, and I think they got kind of got stuck behind him there, so it worked out really well. But yeah, man, I'm ecstatic. Two more steps on the podium. I'm coming for you guys, man.
Right, let's just drag Pinners back up as well, because we're doing something different tonight. Because right, Pinners and beer, we usually do one driver for match, but tonight, me and Cos and a couple of YouTubers have all agreed that you both get it. Because honestly, watching you two race tonight was absolutely fantastic. Like, you know, there was some great defending and battles between you two mid-pack. And also the fight for pitting as well, and seeing where both of you came out was also amazingly entertaining. And let's be honest, I mean, Beer, that the way you drive that Ginetta is awesome, and the way you were defending Pinpoint was just as awesome. So we'll start with Beer first. Obviously, as I said, you're both drivers of a match tonight, but Beer, you enjoy that?
I enjoyed it, but I hate that. I absolutely hate it. What coming out of the corners just drives me mad. I mean, I had Pinners all the time going into corners, braking. I was faster going in. I just could not get past him at all, no matter what I tried. I was throwing it up his backside, and Pinners was just putting his car in the right place at the right.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the power. Literally, it was just that. I was 20 miles an hour down on the main straight. I was topping out about 200. Couldn't, but I had the speed going through the corners all the time. But the moment I got to that apex, woof, it was like, here we go again. And the pits, I thought, well, I did a slight mistake before I went into the pits, where I went up the inside of Pinners, and I don't know whether Pinners tucked me or not. It doesn't matter. But I thought, right, I've got to go in now, because I only had like a second or so difference between the guys behind me, but I knew I had the place still, but it's whether I could catch back up with Pinners or not, because I knew it would be me and him fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a great fight. It was brilliant.
It was 10, 12 laps at the end. We was toe to tail. He wasn't getting away from me. No way.
Yeah. Pinners, mate. Yeah, I mean, have you got people to wipe the sweat off your face right now after the great fight with Beer? Because as I said, you know, me, Cos, and the guys on YouTube, we all thought that you two both deserved driver of a match tonight, because it was fantastic racing. So, Pinners, you enjoy that?
Yeah, I didn't touch a Beer, but mate, what a battle! That little Ginetta's brilliant in the braking and in the slow corners. But I was disappointed with ninth. I know I shouldn't say that, but I was. But it was a brilliant battle before the pit stop and after. I enjoyed every minute. And I didn't touch a Beer, honest.
No worries, mate.
Brilliant stuff. Right, so that closes it for this week. I hope you've all enjoyed watching it, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much again, Cos, for helping with commentating tonight. A big thank you to FX as well for obviously streaming as usual. The sponsorship as well. It's been absolutely fantastic. Remember, don't race alone, race RWB, and we'll see you for the next entertaining Tier 3 race next week. Bye for now.